Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. And pretty big week with 9 comics. The one was a rebuy. I'll have to show you that one. But first we'll start out with our top of the printer museum covers for the week that I was looking at. This is Age of Bronze by Eric Shanower. Of course, I was looking at this. And this one, I didn't... A Marvel 10th anniversary cover, because it's in the box. The Submariner had a lot of good covers in this era. And I couldn't quite... Just looking at this, I couldn't quite figure out who it was. It's kind of... I was like, that figure is a little John Buscema-ish, but I don't think it's John Buscema. Turns out it was Alan Weiss. Alan Weiss drew that one. I think it was Mike Esposito on the inks, if I remember correctly. I looked it up last week, but pretty nice Submariner cover. Bill Everett did a lot of nice Submariner covers around issue 50 that were nice. So this period has a lot of good Submariner covers if you're looking for something to collect. And Age of Bronze always has some nice covers. Good book. I'm going to have to reread this one of these days. It never quite finished, but it's the story of the Trojan War. It's good stuff. It's a historical fiction. Then we got some comic shop news. I think we have 2 of them here because there wasn't one last week. Whoops, something hit the ground. What was that? I don't know. It's like one of those, I heard something hit the ground. I don't know where it hit the ground. Something fell somewhere in here. So we got Blue Book 1, 1848 and 1847, milestone 30th anniversary. So I got 2 comic shop newses to check out. Whoops, I'm falling over. And then, here is the rebuy, Manifest Destiny. I bought a new one of it because this is the very last issue of, and there was a production error inside that I was like, ooh, I want a new copy of that. Where is it? There we go. Somewhere right near the end. See that big gray splotch right there? That's not supposed to be there. Matter of fact, let's check the new one and see if there's any splotch in it. That's just the printer messing up. Let's see, what page was it? I don't see a splotch, so it must not be there, but who knows? Let's see. It's page... Where do we go here? There's it's right near the end. Hold on. I've lost track completely. There's that page. Oh, there. It's the page with this fella right here. So let's see if I can find that page. I had the wrong side of the book. I was looking on the other page. Where's that fella right there? There we go. That's the way it's supposed to look. No big splotch running down it. There's the big splotch one, and there's the no big splotch one. You can see a little bit of blue right there. Not supposed to be there. So that's why I just wanted a good copy of it. Because, like I said, I was reading this one. And I got to that and was like, ooh, it was jarring to see. So I was like, can you order me another copy of that? I was like, sure. And then I put this one in the pile to show my students what can go wrong with printing. All right, so we got Manifest Destiny. We've got another one I did, The Ends. Number 2. This one, number 1 came out last week. This is the David Lapham one from Bad Idea. You can see my name's in the back too, under production in there. And this one was like, I'm a big David Lapham fan, so this is going to be up my alley. So far, the first issue looks like it's set up to be kind of Nazis versus skinheads in the early 80s. I mean, not Nazis. Nazi skinheads versus World War II veterans in the early 80s. There we go. Now I said it right. I don't know how the story's going to play out because there's even flashbacks to World War II in it. So it's been good stuff. The first issue was good. It only came out last week, so grab both issues if you can. Then what do we have? Miss Meow, issue number 6. This is one just kind of it's a pretty well done cheesecakey book. I call it The Boys Light because they're not really superheroes. They're super mercs or something like that. And they're all like, they have a convention. They're all stars, and this and that. These superpowered people are all stars, and public loves some of them and not other ones. and there's some cheesecake artwork. But it's pretty well. This one surprised me that I liked it when I first picked it up. So I was like, you know what? I'll put it on my pull list. Keep going with some cheesecake. And here we have What's the Furthest Place from Here? Boss and Rosenberg. Were we back to Tyler Boss, our regular artist, or? Yeah, it looks Tyler Boss and Matthew Rosenberg. We're back to our. I think it looks a little. Back to our right. We had two guest artists the last two issues who I didn't like them as much as our regular art. Oh, there's a David Lapham cover B to this too. I just saw in the credits, but enjoying this one. Takes place in the future where there's no adults and just these kids growing up on their own and molding themselves into different clans, like the Record Store Clan and the Boys in Blue Clan and all these weird little clans. Oh, here's Declan Shalvey, Old Dog. The first issue of this, I was like, I'm a Declan Shalvey fan. I generally like his art. The first issue, I was like, eh. The second issue, I was like, pretty good. So now we got the third issue coming. And I think I put it on my pull list with the second issue. Because like I said, I can order from my comic shop individual issues or put it on my... Like I could order it month to month if I really wanted to. But usually when I like it, I'll put it on my pull list. And this is Old Dog. It's, an old spy coming back into the game kind of story. And it was pretty well done. We'll see where this one takes. Like I said, the first issue I was on because old spies coming back to the game stories are kind of all the same, especially in the very beginning. We'll see. But then the second issue had kind of distinguished itself, so we'll see how it goes from there. Then we've got Nightclub, issue number 2 of, I think, 5. Only a $2 comic. That one went on my pull list right away because it was only a $2 comic. Mark Miller and Juanan Ramirez. It's a vampire story. This kid who wanted to be a YouTube influencer got himself paralyzed doing stunts. This vampire came around and said, I'm going to turn you into a vampire if you want. And I'm putting a crew together to, I don't know, fight crime or something. So there's the kid. So he's still trying to be a YouTube influencer, only now he's a vampire. At least that's how the first issue ended. We'll see if what this issue brings. I have no idea what this is. Immortal Sergeant by Joe Kelly and Ken Nimura. Matter of fact, I didn't even open it. I must have seen it, a preview of it, and said, I'll buy the first issue of that. Pretty interesting artwork. But I don't remember ordering it. Who's it by? Man of Action Entertainment and Image. I guess that's Joe Kelly's imprint or something. But I must have ordered the first issue and don't remember. But looks kind of cool, so we'll give it a read. Then here's another one. Another one I'm not sure if I put it on my pull list or not. Or I've been buying this one issue by issue. We're on issue 4 now. I think I may have finally put it on my... If I get up to issue 4, I usually put it on my pull list. And I've liked the artwork in it. Very Adam Hughes artwork. But the story has gotten better, but the story didn't really grab me. But I really enjoy the artwork. So I was like, you know what? We'll give it a go. This tiger is one of the main characters, and she's the other main character. She has this giant key that's really a sword and has something to do with the eldritch gods coming back, and she has to keep them from coming back. But nice artwork. Some very nice stuff. Okay, and then let's see. This is our last one, I think. Jimmy's Little Bastards, which I think a 3 or 4 issue miniseries from Aftershock. I was shocked to see this because Aftershock is now officially in bankruptcy, but I guess they're still getting stuff out in bankruptcy. Well, that's what bankruptcy is supposed to let you able to do: restructure and still get stuff out. This is Jimmy's Little Bastards. This is a what do you want to call this? A James Bond parody. Garth Ennis and Russ Braun. I remember that there was a mini series before this where I think I only managed to get the first issue of it. So when I saw this came, I've been enjoying this format from Aftershock too, this graphic novel format. So when I saw this was coming out, I put it on my pull list immediately so I didn't miss anything. But it also has to do with his literal little bastards, because being that he's James Bond and has slept with everybody, all these women over the years, he's got kids out there who have grown up, and I don't know. I can't remember if they're on his side or not. It's been a while since an issue came out, but it's fun stuff. I do enjoy it. All right, let me show you one of my things that I did this week, or the 14th. There's a date on it. This is Dreams of Things number 169. I've been doing some big ink drawings too. We got another sheet of paper here. I got some stuff behind there that I haven't quite finished. But I'll show you those another week. But I was happy to get back into some big ink drawings. But I've also been doing some Dreams of Things. Matter of fact, I think there was the one before this I didn't show off last week, because I showed you a big ink drawing. But this one's got some weird color in it, isn't it? This is really some people walking the edges of the dream world. The guy with his striped face and good. I like this one. Like I said, I'm a big fan of faces. Here, let's see if we can do a half face thing. I don't know. I can't really see. It's in front of my face. But I'm a fan of faces and drawing faces and big faces. So I enjoyed the way that one came out. In purple and magenta. Always good. Look, got my purple on to match it. All right. Some artwork, some comic books, and you guys have a good week out there.